We have a brand. New York has a brand. And when people see it, it means something. You know, when we go there, it's not, Kansas doesn't have a brand. When you go there, okay, you're from Kansas. No. Well, you know what? But New York has a brand. It has a brand.
I'm a reporter in New York City, and this is what I'm covering this Monday morning. I took this video at around 4:30 this morning outside the Roosevelt Hotel in Manhattan on 45th Street. This is actually on 46th Street, but I'm just showing on this side to show the line of migrants that are sleeping on the sidewalk. Now, these are asylum seekers.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We got to talk about New York City, which, according to woke Mayor Eric Adams, it has a brand, right? It has a brand, and Kansas doesn't have a brand. You know, that small town in Kansas where, you know, agents of chaos, BLM, Antifa, they don't come around there and riot, right? You don't try that in a small town. That doesn't have a brand, right? According to Eric Adams, as if it's a bad thing. However, New York City does have a brand, a city that does allow agents of chaos to come into the city and to destroy the city. Okay, we've seen that happen during the BLM protests and Antifa riots, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Well, New York City is showing us once again that, again, this is their brand, which is a city of chaos and destruction, starring Twitch streamer Kai Cenat, who apparently doing a giveaway. Again, this guy has, I'm assuming, millions of followers. I don't know why. Okay, I'm not sure what about this dude is so, you know, attractive or entertaining for people to watch him. I haven't really watched too much of his stuff. But again, apparently he's a popular guy. And he was having a giveaway. And that giveaway turned into a large riot in Union Square where a ton of teenagers, okay, agents of chaos, right, decided to show up to Union Square, and again, a riot broke out because I guess people are obsessed with this guy. So I actually want to go ahead and play a news clip because, again, you know, New York City is showing us once again what its brand actually is. Take a look.
Got an update from the NYPD, and here's what we know tonight. According to police, Kai Cenat will be charged with multiple counts, including at least 2 counts of inciting a riot and unlawful assembly. At least 3 officers were injured and 65 people have been arrested. We have live team coverage tonight. Stephanie Bertini is taking a look at all that damage done to the neighborhood and businesses. But let's start with Teresa Priola live in Union Square with the latest from police. Teresa.
Yeah, Natasha, Union Square is back to normal tonight, as you can see behind me, and that is remarkable considering what unfolded here just a few short hours ago. What began as basically a pop-up giveaway by a celebrity YouTuber devolved into a massive riot involving teenagers and kids.
It became a total mayhem. We were like huddled behind a tree because people started running and there was really no which way for us to go.
What started as a peaceful PlayStation giveaway in Union Square by the wildly popular Twitch and YouTube star Kai Cenat devolved into this pandemonium, the likes of which we don't usually see even in New York City.
Very big riot. It was just out of control. It was just a whole movie, mad people, a lot of mad chaos.
The NYPD got wind of the event around 12:30. At that time, only about 300 people were here. For a long time, it was peaceful. But then Cenat's post went viral. Thousands flooded Union Square, and when Cenat showed up, chaos ensued.
This event grew exponentially, rapidly, fast. And again, this is the power of social media.
According to the NYPD, once Union Square was wall-to-wall kids, there was no stopping the destruction. Subway service was suspended in the area. Streets were shut down. Construction equipment was used as weapons. Bottles were hurled. Some thought they heard gunshots. Turns out it was firecrackers. It was riotous conduct verging on illegal and dangerous behavior.
Young people destroyed our vehicles. My car's destroyed. Commissioner Daughtry's car is destroyed. Other police vehicles are destroyed. They destroyed food carts. They destroyed stores. When we started clearing the young people out here, young people ran through the streets of this city, taking plates off people who are outside dining, throwing their plates at police officers.
Cenat has yet to make a formal statement on any of his social channels. He's still being questioned by the NYPD, who say charges are forthcoming.
He's going to be charged with multiple counts, at least 2 counts of inciting a riot.
65 people were arrested today, 30 of them underage. Cenat boasts over 20 million subscribers on Twitch and millions more on YouTube and other channels. He's a kid from the Bronx who made it big during the pandemic, reaching the kind of fandom rarely experienced by even some of the biggest celebrities and entertainers in the world. And as far as injuries are concerned, 3 officers were injured, 4 civilians were taken to local hospitals, one of which was a 17-year-old. Police initially thought he was shot. Turns out it was the fireworks. Natasha, that number is likely much, much higher than what is reported, but a lot of these injuries are things that wouldn't necessarily be told to police, or somebody wouldn't show up to the ER with them. That's the latest from Union Square tonight. Back to you in the studio.
Unbelievable images tonight. All right, Teresa, thank you.
Yeah, so you seen that, you heard that. Now, woke Mayor Brandon Johnson would get pissed. He would lose his mind if you were to accurately refer to these teenagers doing this, committing this riot as a mob, right? He'd be upset and say, you shouldn't call them little Al Capones, right? They're not little Al Capones or mini Al Capones. I'm not sure exactly what he said, but he got pissed, right? No, these kids aren't agents of chaos. It's not a mob. It's not any of that, right? What it is that these are young scholars, right? These are astronauts, lawyers, investment bankers, doctors, engineers, astrophysicists, right? Oceanographers, okay? They are future positive influences, right? They're going to change the world in a positive way, okay? They're taking society and humanity to the next step, okay? They're going to take us to Mars, right? This is what the woke revolutionaries, right, that unfortunately are leading a lot of these cities want you to believe about these teenagers, right? You're not supposed to demonize them. Don't demonize them for doing this, okay? They showed up to a Twitch streamer's giveaway event, and they decided to turn it into a riot. They attacked police officers. They attacked people. They destroyed a part of the city. And again, you got people out there that think that, oh, no. You're supposed to, respect these kids' feelings, right? Respect their feelings, okay? Don't say anything bad, right? Make sure their feelings aren't hurt. But when it comes to everybody else and what everybody else is going through, oh, no, well, you're supposed to just be okay with this, right? And if you happen to live in a small town and you say, look, we're not going to let this happen. We're not going to let agents of chaos show up to our small town and destroy everything that we worked hard to build. You're racist, right? You're racist. Okay, apparently you're racist. You're talking like you're a white supremacist. You want to lynch people because you don't find this type of behavior to be acceptable. But again, fortunately for small towns in America, you don't see this happening in small towns. Well, why is that? It's because in small towns, again, they don't allow agents of chaos to run around and to act this way. And most importantly, there's probably better parenting, because that's the only way something like this can happen. We have a parenting problem in this country. I don't know how many times I had to do videos about these teen riots and takeovers for people to understand that we have a major parenting problem in this country. That is probably the biggest problem that we have. Okay, it is the number one issue that we're currently dealing with, is the lack of good parents. Because I guarantee you, a vast majority of those teenagers probably come from broken households. A lot of those teenagers happen to be black, right? Again, you got to call it for what it is, okay? Why is it always when you see these teen takeovers, these riots, most of the kids happen to be black? I'm sure there was some white specks in there, right? I'm sure there was. But again, I'm trying to figure out, why is it always that the kids happen to be black? But again, we're going to continue to see this happen until we actually start holding parents accountable that allow this type of stuff to happen, right? If your kid gets caught committing acts of violence, vandalizing property, again, a teenager, again, it's something that's happened repeatedly. Yeah, we need to start charging parents, right? Parents need to start facing the consequences, at the very least facing a fine, okay, to at least pay for the public property that was destroyed, right? Until parents face consequences, you're going to continue to see this. Clearly, the kids should be arrested. I don't know how they only arrested 65-ish kids. Again, you had thousands out there. It should have been hundreds. It should have been mass arrests, right? Should have been mass arrest. That's the problem in this country. We're not arresting enough people. What happened during the pandemic, right? The BLM riots, the Antifa riots, it set a precedent that this is okay. This is totally fine. You can do this. And that's why we keep seeing it. Because Democrats in liberal cities told us, it's okay. No, don't worry. They're just teenagers. They're just expressing themselves. And they continue to set a bad example. Again, Brandon Johnson, oh, well, it's totally fine, right? They, demonize them. They're children. They're children. This was just an event, right? It wasn't a riot. Okay, they're not a mob. This is just an event. That's all it was. We got to be careful with our language. Our language might hurt these children that actively go out of their way to hurt other people. Law-abiding citizens. In some situations, law-abiding citizens get killed. They lose their lives, right? But again, the problem is that not only do we have bad parents, we have these kids who clearly are a product of bad parenting, and then eventually these kids are going to have kids, and then it's only going to get worse, right? If you live in one of these big liberal cities like New York, Chicago, LA, San Francisco, Portland, leave, right? Leave, okay? I'm telling you, that's the only solution here. Go to a small town, right? A small town, they don't allow that to happen, right? They don't allow that to happen, okay? Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.